Disc 3. When Cream broke up, it wasn't like the Yardbirds when I had another band to go to. I didn't really have anything else set up, and for a while I was in a vacuum, just playing here and there. Sitting alone at Hurtwood, I had been thinking a lot about Steve Winwood, who I heard had left Traffic. It was a logical conclusion to go and see Steve, because in the days when I was having my first doubts about Cream, it used to cross my mind that he was the only person I knew with the musicianship and the power to keep the band together. If the others had shared my interest in making it a quartet and let him in, then Cream could have evolved into another unit, with Steve as the frontman, a role for which I lacked not the capability, but the confidence. Steve had a cottage in the country at Aston Tyrol, in a remote part of the Berkshire Downs, where Traffic had written a lot of the Mr. Fantasy album. So I called him up and started to go over there. We'd drink and smoke and talk a lot and play our guitars. I played him a song I'd written about finding Hurtwood called Presence of the Lord, the second verse of which has the line, "I have finally found a place to live, just like I never could before." For most of the time, it was just the two of us hanging out, and we walked round the idea of a band without actually getting into a discussion about it. We were deliberately killing time, just having fun and getting to know one another. One night, Steve and I were at the cottage smoking joints and jamming when there was a knock at the door. It was Ginger. Somehow he'd got wind of what we were doing and had tracked us down, in spite of the fact that Steve's cottage was way off the beaten track, surrounded by furrowed fields. I saw Steve's face light up when he saw Ginger, while my heart sank. Because up till that moment, we were just having fun. There was no agenda. I'd been very cautious about not springing anything on Steve, just intending to let the thing evolve and see where we would go. Ginger's appearance frightened me because I felt that before we knew where we were, we'd be a band, and with that would come the whole Stigwood machine and all the hype that had surrounded Cream. I thought to myself, oh no, whatever's going to happen now, I know it's all going to go wrong. All these feelings I kept to myself because I still hadn't really found my voice. When things were going well, it was easy to go with the flow, but when things became difficult or disagreeable, I would feel a certain amount of resentment about what the flow was, rather than try and do something about it, and then when I'd had enough, I would just pull out or disappear without actually speaking up. Despite my concerns about Ginger, I was so keen to work with Steve that I compromised my intuition, thinking everything would turn out all right because he would see it through. I invested in his vision and, rather than stick my heels in, made the decision to go along with things and see where they went.